As a regulator and facilitator for Indonesia infrastructure projects, the government has invited participations by private sector through public-private partnership agreements. As probably not everyone is aware on what is actually public-private partnership all about, therefore in the next graphic I would like to deliver more about this scheme. So let's see through the next graphic. Here it is, we can see the scheme of public-private partner scheme. So actually, this partnership program is between private sector, that entity raising finance to construct an asset that required by a government. And in this case, it is the public author. The public author gave direct agreements to make a special purpose company as an asset. And then we can see the role in here. Investors in this case provide equity for constructions and other costs and receive a revenue stream in return, while banks also required by public author, and it has to provide loans for constructions and other costs that and receive. And in regards for receive an interest stream in return. And also we can see the constructions company and operating company as well. In here, in regards of the public-private partnership scheme, the constructions company build facilities often under a single lump turnkey contract. And however, in the other scheme is that the operating company that has a role in maintaining and run facilities once they are in the operational method. And we got the source by PwC Indonesia. And pursuing PPP projects require a significant investment of time and money. It follows that a careful project selection is a key to success, and therefore no wonder if business actor raises concerns about number of regulations that needs the government's attention. One of them is the existence of the legal base or protections from the political dynamics. This can be seen as a crucial thing because Indonesia carries over political agreement once in the 5 years, but back into the core, government needs money. The National Development Planning Agency has estimated that the country will need infrastructure investment worth 429.7 billion US dollar, and this equals to 6.5% of the GDP, and between 2020 and also 2024. And this is the reason why Indonesia needs such a scheme. In the next graphic, we will elaborate more on the government's capability in funding the project. So let's see through the next graphic. So, behind the public-private partnerships, we can see that the total funds needed by the government is in the number of 2,058 trillion rupiah. But however, the total funds that government can afford is only in 632 trillion rupiah. And this number emphasize that the government can only afford 30% of the total fund needed. And we gathered the data from the Ministry of Public Work and Housing. And further, the World Bank has urged the Indonesian government to improve the public-private partnership financing scheme to attract more private capital that could fill the government's budget shortage on the infrastructure projects. To implement public-private partnership, Ministry of Public Works and Housing has pledged to set some strategic steps. Let's break it down through the next graphic. Here it is. There are currently 4 ministries award to keep PPP investment climate in a good way. First of all, the ministry enhancing the stimulus on toll road development through public-private partnership. And then the second one is that through the ministries, projects, preparations and transactions remains normal to reach the 2020 and 2024 target. Despite in the midst of pandemic, ministry keeps going on the target. And the third one is that projects auctions through the teleconference, as we are all in the health protocol method. And the fourth one is that implementing work from home for workers for the saver time place. And we cannot even deny that the COVID-19 pandemic disrupts investment climate. But the government seems doesn't want to give up on the situations. The Ministry of Public Work and Housing ensured that the 12 PPP projects regarding infrastructure will be auctioned this year as an effort to boost infrastructure development amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. From whole 12 PPP projects, firstly, let's take a look on the toll road public-private partnership projects. Here it is. And the status of these projects is ready to over. And we can see the first one is Semarang Harbor Toll Road, that's worth 12 trillion rupiah in the Java area, and also South Sentul and West Karawang by 15.38 trillion worth, and multi-lane free flow transaction system that worth 4.5 trillion rupiah, and Teluk Naga Kamal Raja Toll Road by 17.8 trillion funds, and also the next one is Cikunir Tomang Karawaci Flyover Toll Road that worth 22 trillion rupiah, and the next one is Semanan Balaraja Toll Road that worth 13.2 trillion rupiah. On the other hand, we got Gedebage, Tasikmalaya, and Cilacap Toll Road by the worth of 53.6 trillion rupiah. Bogor Serpong Toll Road by 8.95 trillion rupiah, and also Jakarta Outer Ring Road Elevated Cikunir Ulujami by 21.57 trillion rupiah. And the size of large contracts has been increasing over the years, with the 72% of the spending packages recorded to be above 30 billion, rising from 31% in 2013, according to the World Bank's report. And in the water and sanitation sectors, the World Bank report found that the majority of CD and Regency-owned tap water companies, or PDAM, were relying heavily on government subsidies as they were operating in the state of loss. And these hampered efforts to upgrade into using the PPP framework. But then government keeps developing 2 projects regarding water system and 1 other regarding the harbor. So let's see it through the next graphic. What are those? Here it is. We can see for the Patiman Harbor, it's worth 7.1 trillion rupiah. While this is for the water sanitation system, government is currently developing drinking water supply system that worth 2.2 trillion rupiah. And also drinking water supply system in Sar Bagikung in Bali area by 3.2 trillion rupiah. From more than 400 water companies across Indonesia, only 10% that are financially healthy. Half of the companies across Indonesia don't even impose fees on their customers that could cover their full costs. And therefore, however, Ministry encountered a number of obstacles in developing PPP as well, including construction delays, disruptions of raw materials. But still, until the end of the year, Ministry is targeting to auction off 12 projects with the government and business entity cooperation scheme worth 181 trillion rupiah. And we hope that government authorities responsible for the project implementations and are capable on handling these partnerships. And stay tuned to market headlines because we will be right back after this quick break.